Welcome back. All right, so kind of a not hockey related thing to start off with. Kind of a rough day in the house. Our bunny rabbit, Raspberry, who you may have seen on the Entertainment Guy, we had videos of her. She passed on today. So that was really hard for Yvonne, for our daughter as well. So we're doing the only thing you can do, which is you get new animals, you get new pets. So a new couple of new bunny rabbits will be coming into the house, and so there you go. Because I know there's people who don't know that we have a bunny, but Yvonne had a bunny rabbit when I met her, and it was Raspberry. She had lived at least 7 years that we know of. Yvonne's not sure how old she was when she got her, so it's been a bit of a rough time. So that happened during the starts of these games. So I was dealing with all that, trying to keep up with everything going on in the game. So I apologize for anything that may have been missed, but show must go on. And like I said, she Raspberry had a long life, and the only thing to fix a broken-hearted little girl is to say, so if we got a couple of bunny rabbits, and of course, for anybody who's going to say we're already like fully disinfecting everything that Raspberry had, we're making sure everything's completely cleaned out so that we don't have to worry about if she had something that passing on. So, well aware, it's not my first time going through this as a pet owner, but it always sucks. So it always sucks. All right, that aside, this is why we have timestamps in these videos. So people are like, I don't really care. I'm just going to go to the game. All right, well, welcome. Rangers and the Boston Bruins. So this is the brand new Rangers Chrome logo that I have on the board for their final game of the year. And they must have known that I had like a fancy new logo on the board that's all like solid and stuff. Because they came out and played really well eventually. Didn't start out that way. Bruins press at 2 minutes. Corrali had a shot that missed wide. Rask then stopped Justin Richards' first shot. This was his first NHL game. I thought he played relatively well. Most of the first 5 minutes were in the Rangers zone. Ryan Strome then ends up hitting a post. The Bruins press more at the 5.5 minute mark. Frederick had a chance on a turnover that was stopped by Kincaid. Kincaid had a very good game. He didn't end up finishing it, but he had a very good game. More buzzing by the Bruins around the halfway mark. Then the Rangers get a power play. That's unsuccessful. And it was the only power play they had in the entire game as well. The Rangers were leading in shots after the power play. And this was the thing. Bruins were inconsistent during this game. And it's something they're going to have to work on as they get set for the playoffs. Absolutely. Pressure by the Rangers with 3 minutes left. Last minute, there was a good save by Kincaid with 27.9 seconds left. The Bruins get a power play. So that leads over into the second period. We're still scoreless. Hall gets a good chance. It wouldn't go. The Rangers finish off the kill, and then the Bruins pressed from there. Good chance for Bergeron, saved by Kincaid. Corrali then had a chance. It was stopped. Kincaid really good in this game. The shots were 6-0 in favor of the Bruins 4 minutes into the period. But when they get that shot, the Rangers make it count. It's Keandre Miller with his fifth of the season from Richards and Hedel at 6:21. That's the first NHL point for Justin Richards. Kudos to him. Then there was a crossbar for Pastrnak. Kincaid denied DeBrusk. The Bruins then had a 2-on-1 not long after that. DeBrusk is denied yet again as he shot it wide. Power play then for the Bruins. That was a no. There was a shorthanded chance for Rooney. Grzelcyk defended that. But before the period's out, Ritchie scores from McAvoy and Corrali at 18 minutes and 12 seconds. So you go to the third period, it's a 1-1 tie, but you start to feel like, okay, this game's going to go Boston's favor, when Pastrnak scores from Marchand at 21 seconds. That is Pasternak's 20th of the year and 200th on his career. Kudos to him. Buchnevich then had a chance that was saved. Rask robbed Buchnevich, and then the Rangers had a 3-on-1. It turned into a 4-on-2. Bruins are kind of watching him, and Zibanejad, he scores from Buchnevich and Strome at 5:22, and really sloppy play there. No, defense? What's defense? So, yeah, it's 2-2. And you would think, all right, so is that going to wake him up? No, Lafreniere continues his red-hot pace from Boteto and Buchnevich at 7:25. There is no player on the Rangers sadder that this season's ending at 56 games than Lafreniere. Maybe Mika, but probably Lafreniere, because now he's up to 12 goals. That's what he finishes with in his rookie season. Not too shabby. Great rush, great goal by Lafreniere. Marchand then passes to Pasternak. Shot ends up going wide, but Kincaid got hurt stretching out for that. It looked to me like a groin pull. One of those things where goalie overextends and you're like, wow, that looks painful. So we end up with Shesterkin going into the net. After that, there was a 2-on-1 for the Rangers. Buchnevich is denied, but we end up with Kravtsov getting his second goal from Strome and Jones at 9:36. And then Hedl almost makes it 5-2. So again, you're kind of like, all right, so when are the Bruins going to stop being sloppy in this game? And the answer was just no. 6:43 left, the Bruins get a power play. There was a good shorthanded chance for Zibanejad that didn't go, and then they do score during that power play. Marchand from Krejci at 14:08. But again, sloppy play. Sloppy play behind their net. And a turnover goes to Buchnevich. Zibanejad gets a goal at 18:07, and he seemed very happy because that's his 200th goal, and it's the last game of the season for the Rangers. So good on Zibanejad. He's at 200 goals. He finishes the season with 50 points for him, right? Yep, 50 points on the season. Not too bad. And that wasn't an empty netter. They didn't get Rask out yet. They did pull Rask when they were down 5-3, and Bergeron would score the 6-on-5 goal from Grzelcyk and McAvoy at 18:39. So that made it 5-4. They would pull the goaltender again, and it was unsuccessful. The Rangers beat the Bruins. They go to 27-23-6. That's their final record. Boston 32-15-7. These two results mean Boston cannot finish first in the division. 3 stars, Zibanejad, Buchnevich, and Fox. Your shots, 9-7 in favor of the Bruins in the first, 19-5 Bruins in the second. Both teams had 11 shots in the third. Final shots, 39-23 for the Bruins. Power plays, Rangers go for 1, Boston 1 for 3. Hits, 17-16 Rangers. Blocked shots, lot for the Rangers, 19-4. So as many shots as they were getting in that first period and in the second, there were a lot being blocked as well. Shesterkin would save 7 out of 9 in relief. But the odd thing is, he ends up getting the win here. Kincaid, 28 saves on 30 shots. He was excellent. And Rask saved 18 out of 23. It's mildly concerning. But this is where Bruins fans will step in and go, oh, we'll just go with Swayman then. I don't know in the playoffs. I don't know that they will, but it'll be interesting. All right, the other game, Buffalo and Pittsburgh. I feel bad for Buffalo. I do. Legace, whose numbers in the NHL, not great when he was with Vegas. He was the number 4 for Vegas. Yeah, because it was Fleury, then it was Subban, then it was Dansk, and then it was Legace. And at that point, we were wondering, so how many more does Vegas have? And the answer was Dylan Ferguson. So it wasn't a whole lot. But Pittsburgh, without DeSmith, and as well without Jari. And so it's Legace. And you know what? He does pretty well here. So there was a near miss for McCann early. Bouncing puck towards Legace stayed out. And it's one of those ones, again, where you've got a goalie in there that hasn't been in net for a long time. And, you know, those shaky ones can kind of go in, right? The Penguins had the only shot after 4 minutes. The Sabres then got some shots. Legace making saves. And really, this became a goaltending duel that no one expected today. Penguins get a power play. That was a no. Hauser denied Gensel. Sabres, a lot of jump. Penguins in neutral in that first period. The Sabres were dominating at points during that first period. But Legace, lots of work for Legace to that point. And in the last minute, there was a near miss for Bluger that could have put Pittsburgh up 1-0. But we come out of the first period scoreless. Second period, Penguins get the early chances, and Carter scores his 399th goal of his career from Gaudreau at 1:58. Gaudreau's playing really, really well for Pittsburgh. He's kind of outscoring the Gaudreau in Calgary. At least it feels that way, and that's kind of weird. Bluger then tried to make it 2-0 shortly after that. The Pens would press at 9 minutes, and they had a much better second period than first, even though by the end of that period, Buffalo was still dominating on the shot clock. The Sabres get a power play. That was a no. Thompson tried a wraparound, which nearly ended up in. Not sure how it didn't, but Legace had some luck on his side today, too. Sabres were ahead everywhere except the score coming out of that second period. Had to be frustrating. It's your last game. You leave everything on the ice. We saw that with the Rangers. This is the kind of effort I like to see when a team's out and it's their last game of the season. I love to see that kind of effort. Third period, first minute chance for Gensel. Penguins were pressing at the 5.5-minute mark, and at 6 minutes, they were up 5-1 in the shots. Pittsburgh was not leaving this to any kind of doubt in that third period. Hauser making some real game savers in that first half of that period. Again, Michael Hauser, 3 of the 4 games he played, he ends up being one of the 3 stars. That's fantastic for Hauser. Legacy then stops a chance for Bjork. Olofsson was absolutely robbed on the save of the game. So Buffalo did have some chances there. Penguins pressed with 7.5 minutes left. More saves by Michael Hauser. 4:38 left. Ristolainen with the dangerous-looking boarding call on Gensel. So the Penguins end up going to the power play. It is unsuccessful. They end up going 0-for-2 today. Surprised. Goaltender gets pulled with 1.5 seconds left. Gensel tried for the empty net. Ends up icing it instead. The Sabres would call a timeout with 1:03 seconds left, but they are unable to break the goose egg for Legacy. So Pittsburgh wins 1-0. They go to 37, 16-3. Buffalo, last game of the year, 15, 34-7. And there are some reasons to be optimistic if you're a Sabres fan. They're there. 3 stars, Legacy, Carter, and Hauser. The work ethic was pretty good for Buffalo today. They did outshoot Pittsburgh in 2 of the 3 periods. 11-3 in the first and 13-6 in the second before Pittsburgh outshot them 14-5 in the third. Final shots 29-23 for Buffalo. Sabres 0-for-1 in the power play. Pittsburgh 0-for-2, and the Penguins, excellent chance now of finishing first in the division. Hits 23 apiece. Blocked shots 8-7 in favor of Buffalo. Not a lot of shot blocking going on today. Hauser saves 22 out of 23. Legacy 29 saves for his first career shutout. So good news for him. And if you have him in your pool, the only question I'd have is why? How does that work? Because this is his first game in years, so that's just, you're probably not going to win it. But there you go. So by the time I start watching the games later on, the new little bunny rabbits will be in the house, and here's fingers crossed that everything's okay, because we had a family of geese in the front yard as well, and one of those 2 geese got hit by a car yesterday. So yeah, it's been a rough last 36 hours for us, because we enjoyed having them on our lawn every day, and that's gone. And then Bunny dies this morning. It's not great. So cats have to be healthy. That's the thing. I already informed the cats, you have to stay healthy. That's a rule. So I think they've listened to me. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, we got 12 games tonight. Should be interesting. We'll see what happens. Thanks for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.